see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, tones, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We got pretend plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no posse. Spola, worshiping pedophiles. Wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon based to silicone based. Should be wet. The shit show.
You got me back in there on Saturday? No.
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace.
No.
Thus my decision.
Hit my boy up. No.
Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher. No, am I some pastor or preacher? Was released represent with this passion to speak of. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace.
Shit, I don't think I caught that yesterday.
Thus my decision is a war with this beast.
I got a request.
Through tones, melodies, tones, and beats.
10:30.
But when the time comes,
Oh, man. Oh, I did call that.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Nah, bro. Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive. Town, who am I but shot out? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide out. Blue sky but high ground. My crown slash over. So my crowd still fit. Can't be tied down.
You got him busy. He worked hard. My boy worked hard, man. Love the brother.
Fuck the cause, my hand I dealt it. Felt the vibration from the gut of my pelvic. The bus almost righteous of hell shit. So radiant, I keep it dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. My heart, body for real monkey velvet. Body you not for Mars, so females click. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows and shit to a fly low. Haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand. But with Hiller man, it's not Cypress Hill. I'm turtle shit. I'm one tough cookie. I don't follow. I set status. Catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners. I'm off the radar. I am as your goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bra. You stagnated while I drink evolve. At a ring, I'm dating space ace and y'all. Busters stuck in the case, face off. Acting shape the stage of fake. A fraud. Battle star intergalactic. My mindset perfect cause practice. So I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept. You of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement width, height and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit.
Nick, Andy. So, brother. What's up, Grand Ascension? What's happening?
Oh, I just spit it off the top to see the shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot. Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other new people never get a piece of the pie. I don't want to go for the crowd. I go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas If you're broke, listen to me, young people, old people too, mostly black people. I'm talking to you. Sure. Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah, I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Bow, bow, big man, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side eyes. Looking past the shot spot. Third eye gang straight clocks. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying that from the skybox. I got scope on you pilgrims. The scope with some rules. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blind to the fact that love, we gon' have to spill some warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, play king or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should be disobeyed out. Forehead and knees on the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID's no issue. Could've blown it in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistol. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or wet. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now, big man. Whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. Fool is known by his speech, yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, or jump the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence. OC disguise, compliance, silence by clients. From conspiring connivance, other aspirants of violence. Tyrants of fire, trying to giants to hide. I'm trying to fight. And if virus and migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my head, they've got indictments.
I'm gonna get rid of both of them motherfuckers. Oh yeah, I'm about to get rid of you, and I don't care about none of that. Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, don't wreck, drill music for real. My soul they don't possess, real foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them, it's personal, know what the business is. Big mom says come full circle, so vacate your premises. We not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big thing, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now, or big black, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. We not going back and forth About this or that.
whether your word is bound
Yo,
or whack.
Thom, what's up, beloved? Soul brother? Yeah, honor and respect, beloved. What's cracking? Brown or flat? We want our shit back. Alright, so we're gonna get it in, man. Yeah, I'm still a little jacked up, man. It can't be mineral. I don't know what can be. Someone say, go get a palate test. Go get a palate test. Medicine in certain places is being controlled by the people that pay the most, right? That has nothing to do with what's up top. I'm gonna get into that. But the reality is, what it is. You see what I'm saying? And I told y'all when I went there about my foot hurting and everything, they didn't care less. And there was some little Asian chick, some little American Westside shared a good video with me. I'm gonna do a spin on it. A lot of these Americanized motherfuckers over the last 30 years are some fucked up individuals. The world is not racist. They don't hate us. Trust me. They adore and love us. And I've had people go, oh, the culture, your culture is everywhere in the world. They don't know that most of what they're doing is our culture. But the people here, I don't know what kind of magic this Hollywood has on it. But these people are fucked beyond all fucktivity. Okay? Not one thing belongs to them. Not one. That's the facts. I don't care how anybody feels about it. But you see that picture right there, right? I want you to pay real close attention to that picture, all right? Let me pull this up before they start bugging out and wigging like wiggers. You know that's what they are, wiggers. All right. Y'all know I don't believe in none of that shit. I'm just doing it because it's drama. It's drama. That's what it is, really. I just think it's funny. All of it. All right. Put it down. Put it down. You better put it down. All right. So you see the thumbnail, right? That's Chief Osamokan. All right, Pamunkey. The East Coast. It's in the California Library, Carolina. You know I hate calling it California because they done perverted it. And he shares a peace pipe with some fake Plymouth governor. It wasn't our governor. I told you. And they in that painting they try to make them downplay. Our people were the simplest of things, and I'll tell you why. Even though they did all this funky shit, ain't nobody wear hairdressers with us. You know what I'm saying? But John Carver, that peace pipe, because they were making war. But the enemy knows how, when they're losing, they know how to side with a group and betray another group and make it look like another group did it when they didn't do it. You got to remember this what's called fake ass war with Palestine. Those are ideas, those special operators that made it look like, and they killed their own because these motherfuckers know a little more. They know that most of these motherfuckers are converts. They don't matter to them. In order to get a reaction, though, just like they brought down the World Trade Center, it's the same thing, you know. They force-fed us fake-ass narrative in Hollywood about the history of the Bible and everything, so that way they didn't have to do that with this new generation, because they felt like that was enough for our people to run around following these worthless-ass black preachers and all these other fake politicians, and to make the fake narrative of a Jew a reality. And at the same time, it don't matter what's found, what's not. What the fuck? Somebody smell like they straight shit on themselves. All right. Let me move this, because if I catch somebody over here, I'm gonna bust their ass anyway, right? And so they sacramented that relationship. So all the people running around in school believing in the fraud, all right, and in ignorance, because you have all these worthless ass Kappa, Sigma, all these frats, and you have all these individuals and these gang leaders, and they sacramented further with further hate, self-hate, and so you have this all-inclusive this ignorant consortium with a lot of our people. Now, a lot of people have been changing. They've been finding the truth and everything else, right? I ain't trying to smell nobody's shit, because I'm gonna come out all hands. That's a guarantee. And the motherfucker won't be able to stand to it. I don't give a fuck. That's just reality. They can sit and look and scam and scheme all they want. I'm not in with the bullshit. But I'm not trying to smell shit. Nasty motherfuckers. I smell them. But so they have everybody running around in this fusillade of a made-up narrative. Even what just happened, it was a test, not just for the weapons. You know what I'm saying? For those people, those big warmongers. You know what I'm saying? But it was a test to see how dumbed down and how divided the so-called country is. The country ain't divided. It's the people who are just beyond all reality. It's just stupid as fuck. Now, so when you look at Chief Osamokan, like I said, you look at the picture there, them are niggas. Ain't the fake motherfuckers. I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings, because you got the dumb Hebrew Israelites, when the Mexicans, they don't even know what they're saying. All right, first of all, it's probably the ones with the mixed blood. It's not all of them. I told you to look up the word Basque. Now, if you didn't, that's your problem. If you still hold on to the fact that Moors are Murs, which is not a Mur, it's Merce, and you don't know the difference, that's your damn problem, and you're stupid. You don't want to litigate the truth for your own survivability, because if you got that much self-hate and you want to get rid of yourself, why are you here? Wasting people's time. I don't believe in suicide or none of that, but I'm saying everybody's committing themselves to some form of self-annihilation. You can't make this shit up.
In that picture right there, them are Negroes. All right, they let a lot of them to Alamo, all that. They let a lot of them slip through. All right. Now you have this narrative of whitewashing when that really didn't work. So they're playing on a certain group of individuals to lean on that as if it did work. It did not work. But what's working is science, to a degree. There's a deeper perversion. You can, well, by their definition and whatever is helping them, can splice genes, can change the body dynamic. I'll tell you this much, growing up in the 70s and 80s, ain't no light-skinned woman have a big booty. Not one. Unless they was fat, or unless they were our people in them trailer parks that I took my friends to meet. Other than that, now, but that's not the answer. What I'm alluding to the fact that the whole world is ignorant to whatever is going on, as if tampering with them is fine. I guess that's why you have people using Tren and all the gear they use for steroids. And I'm seeing so many more plastic individuals, and it's very disheartening, but it's a choice, and there's nothing I can do about it. Just like I can't do nothing about people's emotional unstableness. I can't do nothing about it. Yes, these are my favorite maid pants. I love them. I got 5 pair. Oh. Anyway, right? I'm only saying this because not to beat anybody up. You know, I don't believe in that. You know, I love history. It's like when I'm standing around the Ute and I'm conversing, they've accepted where they're at. No problem. There's nothing wrong with that. But to not know the truth of history, the George Orwellian factor, right, puts you in a very, very poor position. It doesn't matter what side, because they will use whatever it is to mitigate different factors to change the narrative and destroy those that they leaned on for the longest. You know? Look how they're dealing with the Christians now. Look how they're turning on the so-called white folk who ain't white. The curse of Ham means that you're without your skin color is less. That's what the curse of Canaan is. For those who don't know how to read. So it ain't this color, all right? Which is far from this color. People are so funny with this shit. And you would think that the most intelligent, smart individuals would realize that. But they have a simplistic way of explaining everything away that has nothing to do with truth, but relegates it to their emotions and their feelings based on their conditioning. You know how that man said in the movie, right? He told homeboy, now what you have there is a condition. And a lot of people have a condition, all right? I showed my IDs, white and Indian, and people going, how is that possible? It don't mean nothing to me. But the reality is, it means something to those who don't know nothing. Because if they knew something, it would mean nothing. Thank you, Tom. You know, the AI's got to do its dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. And most people are very pragmatic in that place of existence. I always say to myself, I like there's a handful of managers alike, and always had the same epitaph when I ran. I like those who see the organization as a family, as family. Let's keep it simple like that. And I hold myself to that. But why? It's not the missing of family. You can look at family all over. You miss them because nobody's carrying themselves as such. But to have a family circle means everyone should treat each other and do everything to be family organized. Sometimes people lose their way. a little authority here, a little power trip there. I've been here long, this long, my age, and are they emotional about their age? You know, if you haven't made it to 50 or 40, no, if you haven't made it to 40, you haven't even lived. You have not even truly started to live. And if you make it to 40 and your thing is alcohol, drugs, or whatever, or painting or flowers, you're on the Christmas of existing in whatever life it could be. It's a little portion of it. Okay? And why do I say that? Because by then, you really know what you like. It doesn't matter how high you get, how drunk, how slow, how smart you think you are, what accomplishments you made. You're always going to have that one thing, whether it's drawing, painting, reading, watching, taking pictures, certain shows that you're able to deliberate on, health-wise, clay, pottery, instruments, percussion, wind, whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be, mechanic. Everybody has that one thing that shows a part of their life, their existence, to create. But it's put aside for all the other things, all the worldly things, like identity crisis. Our people are in an identity crisis because they're the ones who've been misled and mismanaged, while everybody else is running around their image. How do you have these fake-ass African-American Pan-Africans? The world was a black planet, and it was starting in Africa, which is a Zionist narrative that shows you they ain't worth shit listening to. But then they go, well, and they have the most insidious ideas of how this came to be and that came to be. These are the very ones that betray, and they betray themselves. And I say it like automatically it's supposed to stop. No. I say it because I know that if they come and watch, they're going to feel some kind of way. They're going to double down. They have what you call a bottom end, view. They're going to see it further in that way. They're going to find all the lies out there to make their position more relevant. And it's not for you or me to change it. I told you I'm not here to change shit. And because somebody feel about it because they don't know what they're here for, or they're here because they're stupid or something, that ain't my problem. I don't have nothing to do with that. Nothing. I know what I say. I know what I talk about my dream. I know about the end and all that shit. All right? Whatever. But ignore that shit. Because I haven't even told the story yet. Just ignore it. Keep on about your business like most people do. Yet, in this time, there are bad guys. And it don't matter what front. And they need to be dealt with. And in that department, I agree with our brother Westside, with there's a lot of people. I agree with them. Everyone serves a purpose. I agree wholeheartedly. To say that I wouldn't don the badge and the costume, I probably would, and be out there bopping somebody in their damn head. All right? And if I was in a certain community, and regardless of knowing how it came to be, if you're going to partake, I'd probably be out there dealing with you accordingly, to be honest. That's not a safety factor. That's just looking at it a way that how I see the world and what I've seen with my own eyes and what I've dealt with as a guardian angel in the military, people in the family who are police officers, this, that, and other. I talk hard about our people, our real people being messed with. That's not a good thing. And that's for them. They have a choice. They want to go past that. They want to go with their ideology and everything they've been conditioned and hold on to it and keep reacting the way they do. Like I said, last 30, 40 years, it's done a job on the people. There's nothing I can do about that. It's a choice. It'd be nice to see people get it together. It's hard when you see bad stuff all the time. All right. So in that department, I'm very aware. My grandpa used to sit me down and talk about it a lot. Guys I know on the reservation who wore the badge, a good friend of mine who got out. He needed to make more money for him and his wife on the res, Lee. And he went back to the police department. I think he's back now. And they didn't give him sergeant, which he should have had. He trained with me. I got him back in shape like a lot of the guys in New York who joined the police department, and a lot of them retired. recently. There's those who see bad things, and it's hard to hold yourself. Then you have those who've been taught and conditioned and put out there, and they have their own idiosyncrasies. They have their own ignorant dilemmas and everything else. And you know what comes from that. Okay. And lately they've been dealing with those individuals, and good. Merits on them. But the reality is, I know people have a hard time dealing with it. I'm not a fucking citizen. I don't care how you feel. I'm original. It's not just because I know my history. I'm original. That's all you need to know. I am very fucking original. Like, really, really original. And it's hard. I know that my uncle, who looks like a little Chinese, like a little, he's Vietnam. He told him he looked like a little, what you would see in the Hollywood narrative, not the Mongol type. But the original bloodlines look many different ways. And they can't hide it no more, no matter what they're doing. So they sidestep it and they talk about the ones they created. Can you blame them? If I created you and you acting a motherfucking fool, I'm going to call you all kind of goofies and I'm going to test you. Because like that thing with the monkey and ape, them motherfuckers, they party together. They know each other. That shit don't bother them. But y'all, they know it bothers you. You can't make this shit up. They know it bothers y'all. Y'all have bought so much into this shit. But the original, everyone's still ignoring the original, except for those who have a way of putting it up. That gay brother, man, he on fire. And I ain't want to talk about the native sister and the Mexican sister and the Mexican brothers who's out there. I don't care what anybody say because they know their bloodlines mixed. But they realize because they went through their grandpappies and the great-grandpappies. They know the story. They're going, the black motherfucker is the original of this land. And they're telling it. Some people have been missing over the last 10 years. But they've been telling the goddamn truth. And yet people still, hey, oh, what's up? Some people are still having a hard time. I don't like a lot of things. You ain't supposed to. But it don't mean I got to get all in my feelings and my emotions. Now, when I'm talking, I know I'm putting on a show and I'm addressing certain things. I don't like certain things. I don't like the feeling intimidated. It's like they think they're supposed to intimidate. That's some weak shit. I'm going to call it like it is. I can break it down when motherfuckers say, okay, that does make some sense. Oh, shit, Eddie, But it ain't for me to do that either. I just call it as it is, or how I see it, But when you show pictures like that, and you know the history, and you break it down, these dumb motherfuckers will sit there going, oh, that's black and white, that's pen and pencil. Well, it's funny. They have thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures of us at certain times. And at those times, they ain't got none of them motherfuckers sitting on the front porch, playing a banjo, gird, whatever, building on shit. No, they got stage photos. That's all the fuck they got is stage photos. Even the video with our people dancing in that circle was nothing but niggas. They don't have them tap dancing. Oh, they just got a Hollywood Louis L'Amour bullshit version of, we was fighting. No, you wasn't. How the fuck you fighting when we've been fighting nonstop? How the fuck is our fights written out? And when you talk about slavery, there are more documents on pale skin slaveries and forged fake ones of ours. But POWs, they changed that. You can see it in documents. You see what I'm saying? You can see it in documents. So you still have obedient slaves who are hard to press through? What's the highest divorce rate right now? The white man and the black woman. No, it ain't the black man and the white woman. Remember the two that got hit up with the UFO? They died happily. just like about 1 million others. I'm asking you, what's the highest divorce rate? The white man and the black woman. Besides the murders. Dead ass. Why am I saying that? Because my light-skinned brothers, not all of you, far from it. But damn, so many of y'all are pretty fucked up, man. I know our people fucked up. I just did a little thing where I downloaded a whole lot of videos of, I detest saying this, of abuse. Y'all got it. Y'all won. Somebody's out there trying to hide this shit, but it's out there in the dark web and everything. And it's sad. Oh, and when I say the light skin, I'm talking about some of the Latino ones too. Man, y'all are something else, bro. But it's mostly these young little niggas on my side. These young ones, they just. But the numbers don't lie. The thing was on welfare. They're mostly on it. The thing about who's in the family more. We're still in the family more than everybody else. And these they're there. And when it comes to those locked up, as far as those committing the crimes, all light-skinned folks are committing the crimes damn near 50% more. Yet because of racism and stupidity and ignorance of the land and not knowing the truth of history, our people are locked up. And even longer still, for some, look how many of our people just got freed for over the last four decades. How many motherfuckers are dead that actually committed the crime? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And you still have these dumbass DAs and all these other idiots running, I stand by the decision, and motherfucking police who retired and damn near on a deathbed. I was told to do it. It was a mistake. I mean, look at this. Look at the police department. What's it? Is it in Louisiana? What state was it? It was a few in Michigan, where they were saying they were told to go out there and target the black community, literally. And some of the light-skinned brothers, the warm-hearted, beautiful ones, all right, who had a job would do it, couldn't do it because it was against their moral standings, their good Christian ethics. So that shows you that they can easily use some of the motherfuckers to, traffic. Okay? Reality is a reality and it's not. But the problem is, all of a sudden, the last Cherokee chief was a fucking Jew. Well, a Khazarian or Ashkenaz, whatever the fuck, they got so many different identities. That's who he was. How did John Rolfe, the motherfucker from England, all of a sudden become a motherfucker of the Cherokee Nation? I'm asking because I know somebody wants to know. But that was no problem with the Native Americans. Now that they're established after which called of our fathers, whatever the fuck Hollywood movie, and that was one that put them on the spotlight. But then you go back to the last, the ones before that, Sammy Davis, Jim Kelly, the other brother, King Tut, and Ramos, you go back to all the other individuals, who played the Indian. And now and even the big old Jim Brown. Come on, what's his name? From what NFL team he played for? Anyway, you have a bunch of individuals that, our people playing the Indian. And it was no problem in the 1960s and 50s, 40s, up in the 20s. With no Native Americans. It was only us playing the Indian. For sure. I don't know. I'm a little engine this. I'm a little engine that. While putting on the wool feathers, Even Shirley Temple told your asses. But people having a hard time. The disassociation is easier for people in the lie than acceptance of association with the truth. Hey, send some energy, our brother 7 grams way. He lost somebody very close to him. It's not for me to say. He can come on and say it when he wants. All right. We show that God number love. Because like I said, when we lose somebody, it hits hard. You know what I'm saying? And my apologies for not mentioning that. And I'm not being selfish. My apologies again. But this is important, y'all. Stupid is going to stupid. Stupid is always going to show its head for being stupid. You know? Fred Williamson, that's the one. Yeah, soul brother, that's the one. Look at the brothers in the Warrior. All of them played an Indian, but the main leader was a Moor. Or was he immersed? The litigator of the factor of leading by kingship? Y'all better watch Warriors again and really pay attention, because the first thing they had to do was take him out. And who was the one over there screaming? Y'all know that actor. You know what he is, right? Warriors, cling, 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 come out and play in a hearse. The signs are there. They tell on themselves, but no one really listens or pay attention. And who is the ones always divulging and finding the information and answers? It's us. I'm not saying there's not a big network underground somewhere where they got a bunch of our people hooked up to shit and they're finding all the answers and calculating. Who knows? I don't care to know. But I am just saying. All right? Loading. Oh, you're back? Okay. I was about to run out, but I'm still moving here. I'm gonna get ready to go to the movies. I was supposed to do a lot of work on this today. I just wasn't up to it. Yeah, I didn't like the way I was feeling. Will I go? There's a place where I can go and get blood work. It's gonna cost a little bit. It's not the hospital. I gotta Google it again because I lost it. My phone shut off and rebooted, and I was like, oh, I'll look for it later. I'll go over there and I'll pay them to draw my blood and test it. I'll select certain things to have them tested. But until then, I don't worry about it. I'm not fretting. I'm not fretting about it. Not my loss. You know, 2 M's like a motherfucker. And I want to share something with you. I may start wearing my Kung Fu linen pants and linen clothes. Because you know what linen does? Do you know why our people wore linen? When the world didn't know nothing about it? After the reset. It blocks negative energy. Do you know why they wore cotton? It increases. Do you know why they wore silk? Now you can't wear linen with a little piece of cotton in it. So if you get linen, make sure it's got linen thread. Okay? If you get cotton, make sure it's got cotton thread. Through and through. If you're free balling, free whatever, make sure that your drawers, everything is literally cotton, linen, satin, or silk. I'm going to leave that with you. Always love. Oh, man. Don't call me elder. That's a bad word, but I appreciate you, though. And I respect you for that. Don't wear wool and cotton together. It cancels each other out. Exactly. Sleep on linen sheets. Yeah, high vibrations. 5,000 hertz. Cures cancer if you can find it. But we can raise it up with the linen. All right? I appreciate y'all. You hear me? I really do. I didn't put a goal. I know y'all cheap as fuck. I didn't want this train that's created takes it far. These safe speeches feels express yourself. Yeah, you can be gay up in here. I don't care if you gay. Yeah, yeah, you don't know how to hide that. If you LG, stop using those alphabets, man. You gay, you're lesbian, you gay or lesbian. Shut all that bullshit up. I don't support that shit, but I don't believe in harming them. Y'all exist. My godfather was gay, so, you know, loved him. My sister's gay. Love her. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not into the perversion of it. No, and I understand the history and how it came to be. But I ain't here. I haven't been called. That's not my calling. So you're welcome to come on here. Challenge my thoughts, my perceptions. You see what I'm saying? And I'll give you exactly why. Regardless of you accepting your narrative, I'll tell you why. And that's a choice. You stay there if you want. It ain't nothing to do with me. I ain't gonna sit here pitch and woo about burning in hell and all that. Shit, worse than that. But to each his own. I'm not here for that. You know? All are welcome. All are welcome. All right? Well, anyway, I'm gonna sign off, and I appreciate y'all. I truly do. Cheap asses. I'm just playing with y'all. Seriously, I'm playing with y'all. Don't get offended. All right? Oh, and if you do get, for those who live around the Amish community, make sure they give you the yearly fermented black olives. Black olive. And don't eat no more than 4. All right? Cloves. All right? No salt in it, no lemon. I should put some lemon in it though. Excuse me. But I appreciate y'all again. Yearly fermented black garlic. Garlic, honey. I'm mistaken when I said olives. Oh, the dog's out there running and playing. They got a dog park over there, but I like it right there. Anyway. Yeah. Garlic. Yeah. Garlic. Yeah. This stuff right here. I had 3, but no, you can get, there's different kinds. It's up to you. I got one that is more relation. This is Soul Spring, and I used to get in Anaconese, New York, you know. So I showed you what they look like. I love the taste. To me, it's a bittersweet. Those are the black garlic. Those are the fermented black garlic cloves. I love the taste of these, you know. If you can eat bread, put it on sourdough, you know, or pretzel bread without the, you know, without the soy in it. Okay, and you really like it. Oh, it ain't closed. There we go. It's really good. A lot of y'all know I eat a lot of Jewish food, not because I have that bloodline in me, but because I like it. All right, I like the gefilte fish. I like the matzah. I like it all. I like the, you know, I enjoy it. But I'm not fake either. Remember, there is a certain percent, a very small percent of them are actually real. But you will never figure it out. All right? Very small percent. I'm just tired of all the lies. The whitewashing of history to make a certain group of people feel good who are never as is. And that's the bottom line on that. Okay? I ate a lot of garlic, lime, and onions. That's good. But that fermented, that is something, read up on it. All right? Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to finish watching this little flick. Then I'm going to head off to the movie theater to see what they got planned. And I might just wait until the weekend. We'll see. I invited Demetrius and a few others up in here. If they see it, they see it. If not, they'll watch it later, hopefully. And really some good cats, you know, some good kids I'm working with. I like them. I like them a lot. Remember? This is the book that he wrote. Did you get it, niece? Now I'm gonna get off of here. Can you read me a story? This is beautiful for the children, the grandbabies and the greats. And he's got the other book. He's just really careful about getting it published because a lot of people want a lot of money, and he should get top for it. You know, at least 80%. And I know it's a good one, but not yet. Okay, and remember, the children are the most important. So are the women. Women are very important. Yes, brothers, you're important too. Don't get it twisted. All right? where they put y'all all in front of everybody and y'all are leading everybody into a brick damn wall. So it's time for y'all to step back, just like you need to let these YNs and wickets and everything else take over that really are about some different shit. All right? And not let them get manipulated like so many that have been. You know, don't let them meet hate with hate. Don't let them meet anger with rage or rage with anger. You know, I put on a big show. I do. I say shit that I know is going to offend people. Because it needs to. It needs to show that they are displaced. And they are. That I know for a fact. Now, as far as anything else, people from somewhere else, this, that, and other, whatever else, y'all figure that shit out. I don't care about that. It's only one Earth. One. All right? That's it. Now, there are multiple things. Well, if that's what you want to deal with, and so be it. How you going to do that when you can't even get it right here? Okay? How you going to get it right when you can't even get it right here? You know what I'm saying? No, Jonathan Fake Jew, that's your mammy and your pappy, the ones that was dealing with you from the backside. Y'all have a grand day. Jupiter is real and all the other planets. No, they're not. The planes of extraterrestrial planet, plane, ET, extraterranean. Get it together. Our Shemitic language is not meant to be used by you, youngin. You think you know what you're saying. You don't know the first thing about this language.